But yeah, I think you mentioned the broken promises. I think this is the key part that people have looked at, is that the reality is the promises were made and the club has known my position for a long time. To now act as if these issues are only emerging is misleading. And that's something that people have been saying recently. It's like, why have we waited this long? Why have Liverpool waited this long? Why have they not gone into action earlier? Well, for the most part, it appears as if Liverpool have been trying to take their cue from Newcastle. Now, whether or not this is a strategy planned in combination between Liverpool, Isak and his agent to say, look, you're going to have to tread carefully with Newcastle. We're going to have to wait for them to give the green light before you go in heavy, rather than if you go in too hard, too heavy, they will just back off and clam up, which I've kind of done anyway. I don't know, but it appears to be that Liverpool's strategy has been very much led by whatever Newcastle have done.
Yeah, there's a very important line in. I don't think Liverpool made a statement directly, but they briefed a reaction to the knocking back of their initial £110 million bid. And if memory serves, they said something along the lines of, we don't see the point in coming forth with another bid because, as of yet, because of the nature. Keyword was the nature of the way the initial bid was rebuffed. Now, what does the nature can mean? One or two things. Initially, I thought, did they say it's 150 million or nothing? Get lost Liverpool. Well, I think if it had been 150 million or nothing, get lost Liverpool, Liverpool would have probably done the official walk away at that point and gone, okay, it's too rich for our blood, it's too high a fee, don't think it's worth that. Liverpool formally withdraws interest. And we've seen Liverpool do that before. And that doesn't stop them coming back, but they would, if they wanted to play as hardball as Newcastle were, if that's what happened, they would have done that. But they didn't. Liverpool said they retain an interest in the player. That's what was briefed. It's still being briefed to this day. So what I've subsequently come to realise what Liverpool meant by the nature of the rebuttal of the offer is the thing about Newcastle needing replacements.
Yes.
So what I think Liverpool are doing is, Newcastle said to us, don't even come near us with an offer whilst we haven't got replacements. So Liverpool have gone, cool, we respect that. We won't come near you until you've got somebody, one or two, through the door. And I think that's what Liverpool would say if you could get them to speak publicly on it today. Having said that, we are now, but what, 10 days from the end of the window? Barely?
TikTok.
So it's put up or shut up time, really, for the Reds, I would say.
I think so. I think this public statement from Isak was another, as much as we said it was part of his right to reply and the timing around the PFA awards, I do think this was another one of the cards he had in his hand to try and force things along, to try and to make it clear to everybody that Newcastle's assumptions over what his actions will be once it gets to September 1st, if there's no deal happening, aren't accurate, that he appears ready to dig his heels in. Speaking of digging their heels in, Newcastle obviously responded with a statement of their own. And I feel like this one's actually even more interesting than the Isak one, because there's a couple of things here. It's almost like, so, we are clear in response that Alex remains under contract and that no commitment has ever been made by a club official that Alex can leave Newcastle United this summer.
Commitment's a key word, by the way.
Commitment is a very key word. But that, if you are to take it on face value, that appears to be a response to the broken promises line in Alex Isak's statement. Now, what that says is that they are answering specifically that there was no commitment to saying that he could leave this summer. That's not the same as saying no promises have been broken, because it could well be that the promise is broken related to the new contract that he didn't get 12 months ago.
Yeah.
Now,
or Newcastle official, what, currently at the club or previously at the club? Because what did Amanda Staveley say to Isak's camp? What did Paul Mitchell say to Isak's camp? Newcastle official, what, present, past, whatever. Also, commitment can mean nobody put anything in writing.
Yes.
It could be somebody might have indicated. Is indicated the same as a commitment?
No legally provable document exists.
Yeah. Words like gentleman's agreement gets bandied around, which is bullshitty. But someone might look, at the end of the day, what's probably played out is they pulled the contract offer because of their PSR considerations. upset Isak's camp when doing that was about a year ago. Isak's camp probably went, well, if that's the case, you've got to do fair by us and let us go in a year's time. But and there were probably conversations back and forth, and Isak's camp probably got the impression that this would be the last season, because that's what they have indicated, that this is the last season. The Newcastle more or less understood that. Newcastle probably nodded along, however that manifested itself, thinking, oh, he says that, but by the end of the season, if we get Champions League football, we can offer him a bit more, and he can play in the Champions League, he'll quieten down. The problem is, he didn't quieten down.
No, he did not. The other thing about this is the idea about Newcastle getting a replacement, because the other part of their statement that's really important is that the part about
conditions.
We must always take into consideration the best interests of Newcastle United, the team and our supporters in all decisions, and we have been clear that the conditions of a sale this summer have not transpired. We do not foresee those conditions being met. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because to most people, you would assume that if there are two conditions, and it feels like there are two conditions. Number one would be a sizable offer from the buying club, i.e. Liverpool, whether it's 150 million or close, we don't know, and the ability, as you've said, to get in a replacement. Or two. I suspect two. Now,
so that's the negotiation gap. 1 or 2, 130 or 150. Do you know what I mean? So I think the truth is 130 and 1.
Yes, but here's the thing. When they say we do not foresee these conditions being met, there's only one of those two conditions that they have control over. They have no idea whether Liverpool are going to bid again if they want to. They might have briefed them about it, but they can't say that for any kind of certainty. What they do know is their ability to sign another player. And if they think that we do not foresee those conditions being met, that could mean we don't believe that we're going to be able to sign anyone. So therefore, he's going to have to sit his ass in Newcastle.
I hope you're enjoying this free show at the moment. Loads of excellent, exciting stuff on the Anfield app. If you want to be part of the whole thing, you can download the Anfield app and go from there. Or you can subscribe via the YouTube membership as well for video-only content and other bits and pieces. We love doing these shows. We love that you watch them. So come, be part of the journey with us.